Hey, performance community, it's Colin bringing you this week's coaching quarter, and we've talked about this one in the past. So you got injured, whether you're in sport or whether you are currently in one of our training programs. There's a lot that can be done when you're injured. My background is in athletic training, so I spend a lot of time working on fields with injured athletes. And sometimes when people get injured, they kind of shut it down and they don't do anything. And some injuries, you may have to do that. But most injuries that I encountered in our athletes, there was always something you could do. It just comes down to modification. So when we look at an athlete, the first thing we want to do is find pain-free ranges of motions they can do, and that may or may not involve the joint that was injured. Let's say you sprained your ankle. We may not do anything with that foot. We like to talk like this, think about it like this. You're only 25% injured. So there's a lot of things we can do. And it's not uncommon when you look in our afternoons with some of our groups that you have multiple athletes doing modifications because they have a wrist injury. We've had kids with ankle fractures. Some kids come in with double boots on, slings, all sorts of different injuries that they experience, whether it's in sport or the winter. We get a lot of sledding and skiing related injuries. So there's a lot you can do. You just got to be smart about what you do. And sometimes it can involve the joint and sometimes it doesn't. But there's always something you can do. Now, we like to reach out to your physical therapist, or sometimes we chat with your physicians or an athletic trainer so that we can better provide training around those things. And a lot of times they send over like, hey, we want them to do the workout you're doing, plus can you add in some of these PT type exercises to help with that joint? We're happy to do that. When we're working with athletes, we just want to we may have to protect the painful area, and we've had kids come day after really pretty strong ankle sprains and come in and do a single leg lift and upper body and core and jump on the bike and feel really good after. Our body likes to move. A lot of the ways we heal is through light range of motion and getting our blood flowing. When you're an athlete and you injure yourself and you're out of your sport, it can affect you mentally. It can make your days not so great. So there is always something you can do. You just have to do it appropriately. With our groups and our training clients, we're always having to modify. And adults, this message is for you as well. We have a lot of adults that are running into the same issue. How do I stay fit while injured? Same thing. Modify what you're doing. Remove that joint. Train the other side. Don't worry about the other side getting bigger. You're hopefully not going to be injured long enough for that to even matter. So if you've got an injury or your athlete has an injury and you need help, let us know. We'd love to work with your physical therapist to help get you back on, help bridge the gap from rehab to performance. Or if you're in our groups and you get injured, there's always something you do. Just reach out to me and we can get you taken care of. We look forward to seeing you around the turf.